Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure and a blessing to be able to share with you a short exhortation and share with you a message of hope, faith, and trust in God's divine plan. If you are undergoing something that is just between you and God, if you are experiencing life's tempest-tossed, if you are saying that I am undergoing pandemonium's execrable, then I have good news for you. This short message is surely going to touch your heart, and it'll help you to invigorate and rekindle your faith and trust in God, knowing that He is surely in control. In our daily lives, we often encounter moments of uncertainty, challenges, and decisions that leave us feeling unsure and anxious. It is during these times it is crucial to remember the comforting words of scriptures and the wisdom of spiritual leaders who remind us time and again to place our trust in God's hand. Billy Graham, a remarkable evangelist well known globally, whose words have touched the hearts of millions globally, once said, "God will open the right door for you, so why do you worry?" These simple yet profound words remind us that we are never alone on this journey. God is always with us, guiding our steps and leading us towards the path that are meant for us. I am happy to share 5 foundations or rudiments that's going to help us rekindle and keep our eyes fixed on God so we can exercise our faith, believing and be assured that God is working on our behalf, even though our naked eyes don't see it, even though we don't see it in the spiritual realm. Please know that God is working it out for you beautifully. I'm going to start with the first one, trusting in God's plan. Let us begin by reflecting and self-evoking on the importance of trusting in God's plan for our lives. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, 5 through 6, we are encouraged, and the verse beautifully reads, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight." These verses highlight the significance of surrendering our worries and fears to God, trusting that He knows what is best for us. When we let go of our anxieties and place our faith in Him, we open ourselves to His guidance and immeasurable, bountiful blessings. In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verse 11, we find a powerful reminder of God's good, beautiful, unmatched plans for us. And the verse reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." These comforting words assure us that God's plans are always for our well-being. Even when one door closes, it is because God has something better in store for us. His timing is perfect, and His love for us is boundless. The second fundamental is overcoming fear and anxiety. As we navigate through life's challenges, it is natural, very natural, to experience fear and anxiety. Nevertheless, the Bible provides us with numerous verses that offer comfort and reassurance. In the book of Isaiah 41, verse 10, we are reminded, and the verse reads, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." These words of assurance beautifully remind us that God is our strength and support. He will never leave us nor forsake us. The great evangelist Billy Graham often spoke about the importance of prayer and gratitude in overcoming fear and anxiety. In the book of Philippians 4, 6 through 7, we are time and again encouraged to not be anxious about anything. And the verse beautifully reads, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God and God alone. And the peace of God that transcends all understanding, that supersedes all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Instead of worrying about the future, let us bring our concerns to God in prayer. He will grant us peace and clarity as we seek His guidance. The third fundamental, embrace God's timing. One of the most challenging aspects of trusting in God's plan is embracing His timing. We live in a very fast-paced world where we often desire instantaneous, immediate turnarounds and results and answers. However, God's perfect timing is unmatched. God's timing is just perfect. And He knows when the time is right. And He knows when the right door should be opened before us. In the book of Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1, we read, "Time is important. There is time for everything. For everything there is a certain time, and the time is designed by God." The verse beautifully reads, "There is time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heaven." This verse beautifully reminds us that God's timing is precise and purposeful. Just as there are seasons in nature, there are seasons in our lives. We must learn to be patient and trust that God will open the right door at the right time. Revelation 3 verse 8 further reassures us of God's sovereignty in opening doors. And the verse beautifully reads, "I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut." This powerful promise assures us that when God opens a door for us, no obstacle around us, neighboring us, can stand in our way. We can walk through life with confidence, believing that God is in control and will guide us to the right opportunities at the right time. Fundamental 4, seeking God's guidance. As we journey through life, it is essential to seek God's guidance in all that we do. In the book of James, chapter 1, verse 5, we are encouraged to ask for wisdom, and the verse beautifully reads, "If any of you lack wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." When we seek God's wisdom, He will provide us with the clarity and direction we need to make the right decisions. Billy Graham often emphasized the importance of staying connected to God through prayer, reading the Bible, and being a part of a faith community. By doing so, we strengthen our relationship with God even more and become more attuned to His leading. When we actively seek God's guidance, we are more likely to recognize the doors that He is opening for us before us. The fifth fundamental is to living with faith and hope. Living with faith and hope means trusting in God's promises and believing that He will lead us to where we need to be, not anywhere else. In the book of Hebrews 11 verse 1, it beautifully writes, "We are reminded that now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assure about what we do not see." Let me repeat. Now faith is the confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Faith requires us to trust in God's plan even when we cannot see the entire picture. Throughout the Bible, we find numerous examples of individuals who've trusted in God's plan and experienced immeasurable blessings. From Abraham, who followed God's call to an unknown land, to Moses, who led the Israelites out of Egypt, to the apostles who spread the gospel, each of these individuals placed their faith and trust in God's guidance, and then they saw his promise being fulfilled. Therefore, as we strive in this world, in this VUCA world, to live with faith and hope, let us remember the words of Romans chapter 8, verse 28, and it reads, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him." Let me repeat. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who are called according to his purpose. God is always working behind the scenes to bring out his divine purposes and plans to a fruition. Even when we face challenges and setbacks, we can trust that he is working for our good. He's working the best for us. I'd like to conclude this short message by once again drawing your attention so that you hold on to the reassuring truth and promise that God has for us. And he says that he will truly open the right door, the right window for us. And so we do not need to worry. Trust in his plans, embrace his timing, seek his guidance, and live with faith and hope. When we do so, we will experience the peace and joy that come from knowing the Lord and know that God is completely in control, and that his love and guidance are always with us. I pray and believe that this message will surely comfort you, strengthen you, and inspire you as you walk with the Lord, and may the God of peace be with you and your families always. I'd like to encourage you to extend this message with your friends, relatives, your immediate family, people who may be going through struggles in their life, hoping and believing that these words will bring comfort to them, respite to them, and will rekindle their faith and trust in the Lord.